middle myocardium and inner endocardium. So wall of heart is formed from three layers: outer, middle and inner layer. Out of this, epicardium and endocardium is formed of simple squamous epithelium. This simple squamous epithelium is single layered and all the cells are rest on basement membrane in this epicardium as well as endocardium. But in case of myocardium, the cardiac muscles are present here. Cardiac muscles mainly present in this myocardium. Therefore, the heart pumps automatically with the help of these muscles, and therefore the heart of vertebrate is myogenic heart. Here, the contraction and relaxation of heart originated from heart itself, and therefore because of the presence of this cardiac muscles, and therefore the heart is called as myogenic heart. It shows presence of how many layers? Three layers: outer epicardium, middle myocardium and inner endocardium. Then this diagrammatically this layer shows here. First, this is innermost layer which is rough. It shows presence of elevations of trabeculae cornu. This is inner layer of the heart, and this inner layer of the heart is called as, what is the name? एंडो. म्हणजे आतल्या साइडला असणारी लेयर आहे एंडोकार्डियम. कार्डियम मीन्स हार्ट. हार्टची आतली वॉल आहे म्हणून आपण त्याला काय म्हणणार आहे? एंडोकार्डियम. Then this is middle layer of the heart. This middle layer of the heart is formed from cardiac muscles. All of you studied types of muscles in 11th standard. There are three major types of muscles are present, that is striated muscles, non-striated muscles and special type of cardiac muscles. These cardiac muscles are mainly or only present in heart. So the special type of muscles which are present in heart called as cardiac muscles, these are striated but involuntary types of muscles and having ability to contract and relax. So the main function of these cardiac muscles are contraction and relaxation up till the end of the life. So what is name of that layer? This is middle layer. What is name? Myocardium. It is formed from cardiac muscles. And outer layer, that is called as endocardium. See here, this is endocardium. Epicardium. Epicardium is outer layer of the heart. It is formed from squamous epithelium, made up of squamous epithelium. It is single layer and rests on basement membrane, as well as endocardium is also made up of squamous epithelium. It is single layer and rests on basement membrane. All these two, endocardium and epicardium layers, are protective in function, but the myocardium take part in contraction and relaxation of the heart. Therefore, heart is myogenic. This is a wall of heart and it is externally covered by a visceral layer of serous pericardium. Before that, you have studied these different layers of pericardium. This is reddish layer is nothing but the visceral layer of the serous pericardium. मगाशी आपण ज्या लेक्चर मध्ये पाहिलेलं आहे की पेरिकार्डियम म्हणजे काय. व्हॉट इज पेरिकार्डियम? Outer protective covering of the heart is called as pericardium, and it shows presence of different layers. Out of this is visceral layer of pericardium. It is just beneath the epicardium. Therefore, it is called as visceral or inner layer of the serous pericardium. Then outside to this there is presence of parietal layer of serous pericardium. This blue color layer is parietal layer of serous pericardium. It is moist, elastic and soft layer present inside the fibrous pericardium. Outside to this there is presence of fibrous pericardium which is thick as compared to serous pericardium. This is outer fibrous pericardium made up of from the fibrous connective tissue. It is thick, tough and it is called as fibrous pericardium. So we will label these diagrams here. This is outer pericardium called as fibrous pericardium. Fibrous pericardium. Then just inside this fibrous pericardium there is presence of blue colored layer, and this blue colored layer is called as parietal layer of serous pericardium. Parietal layer of serous pericardium. Then innermost layer of this pericardium is called as visceral layer of serous pericardium. So these are the different layers of the pericardium, that is outer protective covering of the heart. In between this parietal layer of serous pericardium and visceral layer of pericardium, there is a presence of a space, and this space is called as pericardial space, and it is filled with the fluid. What is the name of that fluid? Pericardial fluid. And it is 50 ml of the fluid present around the heart in between these two pericardium for the protection purpose, for lubrication purpose, and it maintains the heart moist inside the this protective layer. So these are the different roles of that pericardial fluid. What is role of pericardial fluid? It maintains heart moist. It avoids heart from mechanical injuries. It maintains heart. It has a shock absorber. So these are the different roles of the pericardial fluid, which is present in between visceral layer of pericardium and parietal layer of pericardium. In between these two layers there is a presence of a space called as pericardial space, and inside this visceral layer of pericardium, just beneath epicardium is present. Epicardium means heart, outer wall of the heart. This epicardium and formed from squamous epithelium. Like this, endocardium is also formed from squamous epithelium. And it is single layered, rest on basement membrane, and it takes part in protection function. So the function of epicardium and endocardium is protection, and function of myocardium, it is mainly formed from cardiac muscles, special type of muscles which are present in heart called as cardiac muscles. These cardiac muscles are present in this myocardium, mainly functions as a contraction and relaxation of heart. Here the contractions are originated from special type of the muscles which are present in heart, and this node is called as SA node, and heart is automatically contracted itself, therefore heart is myogenic in case of human being as well as in all vertebrates. See here, after that we will go to the external structure of the heart. Externally, heart is conical. See here, the shape of heart is conical. This is conical lower part of the heart, and the base of heart is broad. This is broad upper base of the heart, and this broad base, and this is conical lower apex. कोन शेप्ड हार्ट असणार आहे. इथे हार्टचा शेप आहे तो कोन शेपचा आहे. एक्सटर्नली इट लुक्स लाईक 4 चेंबर्ड. बघा इथे आपण डायग्राम मध्ये पाहिलं तर वरच्या साईडला आपल्याला इथे कप्पा दिसतोय. दिस इज अप्पर चेंबर्स और सुपेरियर चेंबर ऑफ द हार्ट. व्हॉट इज नेम ऑफ दॅट सुपेरियर चेंबर्स ऑफ द हार्ट? इथे बघा त्या हार्टचे जे दोन वरचे कप्पे आहेत त्यांना आपण काय म्हणायचे बघा, लेबल करूया आपण या डायग्रामला. हार्ट इज 4 chambered. Out of these superior chambers are called as atrium. This is right atrium, and this is left atrium. Then below this there are presence of 2 inferior chambers. इथून खाली बघा हा एक चेंबर आहे. खालचे कप्पे आहेत, खालचे कप्पे आहेत म्हणून आपण त्याला इन्फेरियर असं म्हणणार आहे, वरचे कप्पे आहेत म्हणून आपण त्याला सुपेरियर चेंबर्स असं म्हणणार आहे. So these are the two superior chambers called as right atrium and left atrium. These are the superior chambers located upper side of the heart, and inferior chambers which are located lower side of the heart called as ventricles. This is right ventricle present towards right side, and this is left ventricle. Right and left ventricle. So the heart is four chambered in case of human being, two upper chambers and two lower chambers. These two chambers are separated from each other by a groove. This groove is called as auriculoventricular groove. This groove is located here. This groove is called as auriculoventricular groove. Through this groove, the coronary sinus, coronary arteries and vein goes towards the downward direction. Then the heart ventricles are again divided into, this is ventricle, and this ventricle again divided into right and left by a groove called as interventricular groove. दोन ventricleच्या मध्ये असणारी groove आहे, खाच आहे. या खाचेला आपल्याला काय म्हणायचं आहे? Interventricular groove, or it is also called as sulcus. This sulcus is present towards this ventral side as well as in dorsal side. आपण जी डायग्राम जी काढलेली ती व्हेंट्रल व्ह्यू ऑफ द हार्ट आहे. त्याच्या अपोजिट जर आपण पाठीमागून पाहिलं तर या डायग्राम मध्ये आपल्याला सेम ग्रूव बघायला मिळेल. त्या ग्रूवला काय म्हणायचे? पोस्टेरियर auriculo interventricular groove or sulcus, which is present towards the dorsal side of the heart and also towards the ventral side of the heart. Anterior interventricular sulcus is present. Through this interventricular sulcus there is presence of coronary artery and coronary veins goes towards the downward direction. So this coronary artery which gives blood to the heart, and coronary veins receives deoxygenated blood from the heart to the back to the heart. Therefore these coronary sinuses or coronary arteries and veins goes to this interventricular sulcus or auriculoventricular sulci. See here, the pulmonary trunk originated from this right ventricle. This is pulmonary trunk. I will color it by blue color because pulmonary trunk, it carries deoxygenated blood towards the lungs for purification, towards the right lung by right pulmonary artery and towards the left lung by left pulmonary artery. And this blue color, the pulmonary trunk originated from this ventricle, right ventricle. It looks towards the anterior border of the heart. So in diagram it is here towards the broad portion of the heart, towards the anterior border of the heart, and it is originated from this right ventricle. Externally only this part is visible and all the parts are present inside the heart, and only the origin of that pulmonary trunk from the right ventricle, it bifurcated again two arteries, right and left pulmonary artery. This is left pulmonary artery and this is right pulmonary arteries. Such arteries goes to the lungs for purification. It supplies blood to the lungs for purification. What is name of this artery? Pulmonary artery. This is left pulmonary artery. And this is right pulmonary artery. Then this is called as pulmonary trunk. I will shade it by blue color because it carries deoxygenated or impure blood to the lungs for purification. So it is blue in color. This blue colored part or major pulmonary trunk. Pulmonary trunk. Then the aorta from this left ventricle, the dorsal aorta is originated. It is red in color because it carries oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the head portion by the innominate artery, subbranchial artery and subclavian artery, whereas it goes towards downward direction from the dorsal side of the heart and comes towards the lower side. This is called as descending aorta. So the aorta again divides into the ascending aorta. This is systemic aorta, and this is come backward from backward side to the lower side called as distal aorta. These are the three different parts of the aorta, and this major large tube is called as a aorta. Systemic aorta, and this systemic aorta receives or carries blood from this left ventricle to the each and every part of the body. It supplies pure blood to the each and every part of the body, and this aorta becomes visible at the anterior portion of this ventral view of the heart. Actually, the major part of this dorsal aorta present towards the dorsal side, and from dorsal side this pipe comes towards the lower side and becomes visible at this lower conical end of the heart. So, externally heart shows presence of four chambers. One is superior chamber called as atrium, and inferior chambers called as ventricles. These two atriums are small chamber located towards the upper side, and ventricles are the larger chamber present towards the basal portion of the heart, and it is conical in nature. And in between auricle and ventricle there is a presence of a groove or sulcus, and this sulcus is called as auriculoventricular sulcus. What is name of that sulcus? Auriculoventricular sulcus. Auriculoventricular groove or sulcus. And in between these two ventricles there is a presence of a vertical sulcus, and what is name of that sulcus? Interventricular sulcus. Interventricular sulcus and auriculoventricular sulcus, these are the grooves present in between the different chambers of the heart as a mark of differentiation of different chamber of the heart. Then towards the right side here, the superior vena receives blood, impure blood from the various upper part of the body and opens into the right auricle by the superior vena cava, and this is inferior vena cava arises from the lower side of the body and opens into this right auricle. So right auricle receives blood from the superior and inferior vena cava, and these two tubes or blood vessels are visible only from the dorsal sides, and only upper and lower part of this superior and inferior vena cava visible here in this dorsal view. So we label this part, that is, what is name of that part? Inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava, and this is superior vena cava. Superior vena cava. So these are the different parts of the heart which we will see from the external side only. Then we will go to the next part of the heart, that is internal structure of the heart, in next lecture. Thank you.